Let me take a minute and say something that's going to sound maybe completely backwards. Lower mortgage rates do not make homes more affordable. They make them more expensive, and history proves it. The mortgage market is around $9 trillion large. So $200 billion sounds huge until you realize it's roughly 2.2% of the total market. That's not a rescue, it's a nudge. And nudges do not change reality. They change behavior. That's what you got to be worried about. Here's what actually happens. When interest rates go down, yes, payments, they will go down at first, and your qualifications, 100%. And the headlines scream affordability is back. But then, yes, also the buyers start flooding in. And that's why this window, when it happens, lasts about 15 days. The receipts, well, let's rewind to 2020. Quantitative easing flooded the system. Mortgage rates dropped into the low 2%. People celebrated. It felt like, and kind of was, free money. But ask yourself this honestly. Did houses become magically more valuable overnight? The answer is no. What happened is pretty simple economics. When money gets cheaper, demand explodes. Buyers compete, prices rise until the market found a favorable number again. That number is the intersection of income, debt, and risk, roughly 45% back in DTI. My hot take, rates will soften not because the government saves the market, but because investors front run the move. Here's what's going to happen. They're going to pile into treasuries, yields dip, mortgage rates will follow. And that unlocks some frozen housing market. It's not permanently though, just long enough to kind of reset the prices a little bit higher. That's why you got to be prepared. Yeah, if you're waiting for 3% rates to make the homes cheap again, I need you to hear this very clearly. You'll have about 2 weeks. 2 weeks to capture the benefit when the rates do come down. And I'm not saying 3% either. After that, you're back in the same cycle, same affordability math, same pressure, just bigger price tags. My word for 26 was preparedness, and I cannot share that with you enough. Get prepared. Now, I want to be really clear too. Lower rates can still be very smart. And if you're refinancing high interest debt, consolidating credit cards, or pulling equity responsibly, that can actually be a really good move. But if you think you're about to scoop up diamond in the rough homes at 3% and suddenly outrun that market, well, then prepare now, because don't wait for the headlines. As soon as those hit, it's too late. Good fortune does not favor the lucky. It favors those that are prepared. If you want to understand your window, get prepared, not this news cycle, call me. It's 903-624-4840. I don't want to give you pressure or hype, just some real numbers and real timing for your situation. Because the people who win in this market, they will not chase rates. They're going to move before everyone else realizes what's happening. That's it.